Alright, YouTubers, tonight we're going to talk about something serious. We're going to talk about, shootings. And I know for some of you, this is probably still a touchy subject, and for some of you, it's not a subject you would rather be touched, but, sooner or later, it will be. And it's best to just do it now than, wait. I'm starting to notice a lot in the news today that kids are starting to bring a lot of guns to school. The question is, why do they feel they need to? Is, the direct approach. And why do these shootings really happen? Okay? Now, I will talk to people all around, from where I work, wherever. I'm dealing with a lot of people that, in like my previous jobs or whatever, I would talk to random people that would come from, all over the United States, and their biggest impression over any of them is what those kids did was wrong. And I'm right there with them, okay? For anybody that brings a gun to school thinking that it's going to solve their problems, it is wrong. For anyone that brings a gun into any kind of fight, it is wrong, okay? We come up with these new devices hoping to make our lives better or whatever, but really, what are they doing for us? They're just making us more lazy and more incompetent. We're not really thinking because we think with our emotions, and that's getting the best of us. So really, what we're doing, is completely out of what the intention was made. When Albert Einstein was creating, atomic energy or whatever, we used it to make the atomic bomb. What it was originally used is for like a new energy source. We all saw what happened, and we never did it again. At least I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but for the most part that I know, we haven't. Now, the Columbine shooting, it was really a hit, in the heart. And I would like to talk about that situation. Now, when you go to school, you have like these certain cliques. You have the goths, the emos, the jocks, the surfer dude, the preppy little schoolgirl cheerleader, and so on. Now, really, it's not best to think of these people as cliques. You're supposed to think of each other as people, okay? It doesn't matter what you wear or who you are. What really matters is how you act, alright? And I'm not talking about, like, how you talk or, where you're from. That don't matter. But how you act as in, like, what you do. Now, if you do your homework, good for you, whatever, but, nobody should pick on anybody for doing this. That's the reason I think that, some of these shootings actually happen. When you push people and you push them, you are pushing the very being to where they weren't meant to be pushed. And so they kind of, get backed into a corner in their mind or whatever, and they just get so sick and tired of it, and they finally, go off. And you get the shootings, you get people dying, and sooner or later, you get war. And most of the recent wars have been called, War on Terrorism, Operation Iraqi Freedom. But really, all these wars start by how we all think, and by pushing people to think what we want them to think. And really, we should have our own opinion, our own voice. And that voice is what makes us different from anybody else, really. And if you cannot deal with that or whatever, then, maybe you're just in the wrong place. But, we're supposed to be able to act as a group and decide as a group. But really what we need is our own space. And the biggest problem we have, however, is no one's giving each other that space. So basically, you got all these aggravated people and you put them together and you expect everything to go cohesively, and really they just explode. So, when you see somebody down in the dumps or whatever, don't make fun of them. You gotta pick them up. But, most of these shootings will either happen for attention. I mean, I noticed after Columbine and what happened over at, Virginia Tech, all these kids in elementary school, middle school, and all these other schools, whatever, they're just bringing guns to school and putting them in their locker. Alright? Now, to me, I think they're a bunch of copycats. And, well, you know, some of them may have actually plotted to do something. I'm not here to judge that, but, you know, but most of these things, whatever, I think are cry out for attention. And really, if you really want something done, whatever, try using your voice. They speak a lot better than, you know, violence. Because by the time you're done talking with the gun or whatever, you're put in prison for life, or you're going to be just looking down the barrel of it, and it's not going to end so pretty. So my best advice is this: get some help. And if you think someone needs help, talk to them. And don't let up off of that. Because sooner or later, whatever, you could be put in the same position where everybody else was put in. And most of these things happen by the very person you pick on. It's not right, and you need to stop. Alright, and you know what? You can leave all the damn dirty comments you want on this channel, whatever, but, you know, the idea still stands. Alright, YouTubers, you have a nice night, and hope to talk to you soon. Please leave comments and subscribe if you like what you see. We got a lot of humorous stuff, but we also talk about serious things, you know. And leave comments about what you think and why do you think these things happen. Maybe we can all think of a better solution to prevent them in the future. Have a nice night. Talk to you later. Bye.